Hello there, Eagles. You are flipping in fifth with me, Mrs. G. I have a little bit of music that might help you get in the mood for today's lesson. That's right, we're talking today about topic 12, lesson 4, and today's learning target is I can use models to determine the volume of rectangular solids. Go ahead and pause the video. Make sure you write that in at the top of your math notebook. Today's vocabulary words, the first one is volume. That is the number of cubic units needed to fill a solid. And then what is a cubic unit? Well, it's the volume of a cube. 1 unit on each edge, like a cubic centimeter, cubic inch. That is a cubic unit. Go ahead and pause the video. Make sure you write that down in the vocab area. Okay, so here is our problem of the day. It's moving day, and Alina is moving to a new house, needs to pack all of her things. So how much can she pack inside of this box? Well, we see here that the box is 3 feet here, 3 feet tall, 5 feet long, 4 feet wide. How many of these cubes are we going to be able to fit in there? What is the volume of the area inside the box? Well, we know that 1 cube would take up this amount of room, but how do we know how much room is left? That is when we have to find the volume. So finding volume, I don't know about you, but it certainly makes me happy.
It might sound crazy what I'm about to teach. Some are easy, others challenging. Represented by me. First you find, multiply, don't forget to add 3. It's called something wrong from you line. 9 up inside. It's called something wrong from you see. The wind started high. It's called something wrong from you inside. Right after that's not it.
Not only does finding the volume make you happy, but it's actually pretty easy too. So let's go back to our problem here. Again, Alina was moving into her new house, and we need to figure out how much she can pack into this box. So like you just saw in the video, you are going to do the length times the width times the height. So it would be like putting all of these cubes inside, and we need to know how many cubic units will fit inside of this box. So in this case, we would do 4 times 5 times 3. Well, we know 4 times 5 is 20, and then we have to multiply that by 3, and that gives us 60 feet cubed. So remember, you have to put the 3 after your label, or you could put 60 cubic feet. Now, you're probably looking at this right now and you're saying, Mrs. G, you have gone absolutely crazy, because we can sit here and count all of these cubes and we can tell you that, yeah, there are not 60 here. So you're probably wondering, where are some of these hidden cubes? Well, they're right here in the back. They're underneath, keeping up the rest of these cubes. So even if you tried to go through and count all these cubes, you would not be able to find the volume. You have to do the length times the width times the height. So why do we label volume in cubic units anyway? Well, cubic means 3, and here we're multiplying by 3 things, the length, the width, and the height. So our answer is going to have to be in cubic units, or in this case, for this problem, cubic centimeters. So go ahead and take a look at this like partial Rubik's Cube, and go ahead, pause the video, and see if you can find the volume. Don't forget to label it correctly, and then come back for my answer. Did you get 24 cubic centimeters? Well, let me show you how I did. I multiplied 2 times 3 times 4. I know 2 times 3 is 6, then I had to multiply that by 4. 6 times 4 is 24. And then my label is cubic centimeters, or it could have been centimeters with a 3 like an exponent. That also represents cubed. Okay, now it's your turn to try. Go ahead and take a look at tonight's practice problems. Now remember, these units could be absolutely anything, but I just want you to describe each block as 1 cubic unit. Some problems you'll see centimeters, some problems you'll see feet, but here I just want you to call each thing in your label cubic units. So go ahead and pause the video and come back when you have answers. Coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here are tonight's answers. The answer for number 1 is 8 cubic units. The answer for number 2 is 24 cubic units. The answer for number 3 is 27 cubic units. The answer for number 4 is 72 cubic units. And the answer for number 5 is 9 cubic units. Okay, make sure you checked your work and you wrote how many you got correct out of 5. Be honest, it's not for a grade, but we do want you to honestly fill out that self-reflection. Could you teach a friend, or are you still confused? And then fill in the space for any questions you still have. I hope you enjoyed pumping up the volume with Mrs. G tonight, and don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow with more Flippin' in Fifth with me, Mrs. G. Have a good night.